Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Yacht Crew Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I am your host, and we are really pleased to bring back Stacey from PYA. How are you, Stacey?
Really good, thanks, Ria. Hi, everyone.
Well, it's nice to have you back, and we are going to be doing this bi-weekly just to keep everybody up to date with what's going on in the industry, because you guys tend to have your finger on the pulse on all the regulations and changes, etc. But you have some really big things coming up next week. Can you tell us about them?
Yeah, so we've been really busy during the COVID-19 pandemic, which is what we discussed last time. But as we're moving now into what seems the start of the season in the beginning of June, we wanted to host an event. So the first event that we're hosting next week, Thursday, on Zoom, we normally host an annual Sea Changes event, and that for the last couple of years has been hosted at the Monaco Boat Show. This year we were actually scheduled to host the event at the Palma Boat Show, but due to the cancellation, we've decided to move this event online. So the panelists that we're going to have on the webinar will be the MCA, which is the Maritime Coast Guard Agency of the UK. And they're the regulatory body that regulates all the training and certification, and a lot of the regulations that yacht crew have to sort of work under. So anybody who's involved in yachting knows that the MCA is in a really important governing body within the industry. The second attendee that we're going to have in the webinar is the RYA, which is the Royal Yachting Association, and they also look after the sort of training side of many yacht courses. So they're going to be providing an update to us on sort of where they stand in terms of their training courses at the moment as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And then lastly, we're going to have the International Association of Maritime Institutions, so known as IAMI, and they're going to also give us an update on training. Sorry, I've got my daughter here. So those are the three panelists that we're going to have joining us at the event. The event is going to be hosted hopefully on Zoom next week, Thursday at 5 p.m. We're just trying to finalize the platform we're going to run the event on, just due to some of the security issues that Zoom has had, and having some of these regulatory bodies on the call. We want to make sure that we have security as a high priority. So we'll release the details of registration shortly, but it's definitely not an event to be missed.
Well, we will definitely make sure the day before the event, we will post all the details for those people that are looking to join in the webinar. Is this a webinar where they can actually ask questions and is interactive then?
Yes, so when we start advertising the event, so if you if you follow us on Facebook, PYA, or if you on the Palma Yacht Crew Facebook pages or on TV Yacht Crew Facebook pages, we're going to be posting all the links to register. When we ask people to sign up for the webinar, we're going to encourage people to ask questions beforehand, so we can actually send these questions to the different organizations so that they can actually answer some of these questions for crew. But obviously live during the webinar, we're going to have questions asked and I know when we run webinars, we have a really good responses from our panelists and from attendees in our webinar chat. But obviously at the end of the webinar, we're going to go through questions from all of the attendees to the panelists. So I think we definitely want to make it a sort of very much an interactive webinar to make sure that, because I think we as the PYA, we've received a lot of questions from our members and from wider yacht crew about what's happening in terms of training, exams at the moment, because everything's just been sort of turned upside down. The one big update that we can provide that the MCA has recently released is in terms of their oral exams. So that's for deck and engineering crew. And, at the moment, well, since the beginning of COVID-19, they've put all of that on hold. They now are moving into a phase where they are going to allow certain training providers to provide oral examinations online for certain crew members. So this is still being evolved. So that's why we want to, encourage everyone to join our webinar next week, because the MCA is going to clarify the regulations around this, around the examinations specifically.
Well, it definitely sounds like something well worth tuning into, because all the questions that, are raised, and some that you probably don't even realize you have, you'll be able to have them addressed next Thursday.
Definitely, and it affects all crew because, from deck engineering to interior training, IAMI look after the guest interior training, so a lot of those courses have been affected. So IAMI will be able to give us an update on that. And then obviously, if you a deck or an engineering crew, a lot of crew members' certification has been has expired, or gone, so expired, or sort of they need to renew it. So this is where the MCA is going to address specific situations, because I think a lot of people are finding themselves in unique situations where they're either on a vessel, and if they don't get certification renewed, they can't continue working, or they want to join a vessel but they need certain certifications. So I think the MCA is going to address all of these points. So yeah, it's going to be a great event, and we welcome everyone to join. It's free to join. So yeah.
Well, definitely tune in as well to Yachting International Radio on Wednesday. We'll make sure to provide those details, or as well the PYA, Instagram, Facebook, all of your social media sites. We'll make sure that you get the information, I'm sure. On another note, you have something really cool happening next week as well.
Yes, so I think we've been hosting a lot of very serious, informative update events, and we just decided, I think we wanted to do something a little bit fun, because I think everyone's seen that a lot of boats are starting to hire, so crew are going to start working again. I think from the 1st of June looks like a lot of start dates for crew in the Mediterranean. So what we want to do is, normally at the beginning of the season, you'll find at different pubs, or crew get together to have beginning of season drinks, or their little events to get everyone together. So we're hosting an online SUNDOWNER quiz for crew. So the quiz is going to be via Zoom, and we're gonna allow crew to join as teams, or you just need a minimum of 2 people to join. And we're going to have a number of prizes, so it's just going to be lots of fun. And we're going to encourage people to make cocktails, and if they were at a normal event.
Wonderful. Well, you know what? I mean, the only thing, I always smile whenever you say Zoom, because the only thing that I keep thinking about is the fact that somebody might be bombing you with pornographic images in the middle of your sundowner. That's been happening quite a bit lately, mind you. I mean, if you're in the middle of a sundowner and you're, 5 drinks in, you might not mind.
Definitely.
So anyways, you are busy. I know you're busy. It is a holiday for you there. We will let you go, because I think there's someone that wants mommy's attention. So once again, Thursday, tune in for the webinar, which is very, very important. We'll be advertising that on Wednesday and letting you know the link in order to tune in. And then again, the Sundowner quiz, but of course as well, 24 hours in advance, we'll make sure that you have all the links in order to participate in that as well.
So yeah, I mean, definitely, it's that they're 2 events quite close to each other. But thank you so much to Ria for promoting this for us. And if you keep a lookout on our Instagram and Facebook pages, we'll be promoting all the links. So you should be able to see all the details there.
Excellent. Well, and again, tune in next week for more from the PYA. This has once again been Stacey. Thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate it, especially on a holiday.
Thank you so much, Ria.
You've been watching Yacht Crew Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I have been your host. Tune in again for another episode.